Mr. Dunn, Mrs. Campbell, Mrs. Callan, Mrs. Dunn, and Mr. Callan. Hello, everyone. My name is Zach Avery, and today I would like to talk to you about business etiquette and social customs in China. So, as the world revolves and everything gets bigger, social networking continues to grow. Every international business keeps growing, and so you keep going to different countries to gain business. So, today we're going to talk about some main points of what you need to know about what to do when you go to a different country. So my main points today are attire, greetings, attitude towards time, business meals, and gift giving. The first thing I want to talk to you about today is attire. So the first thing somebody sees is what you wear. So when you walk into a business meeting or a business meal, the first thing they're going to judge you on or look at you upon is what you wear. So for men, a conservative suit with no bright colors is ideal. Just to look professional and be professional is always the best key. In summer, since it's hot in China, it's okay to wear business casual. So jeans, a button-up shirt, and a tie. For men, for women, jeans and a nice shirt or a coat is fine. No skin showing, no cleavage, no anything like that. That is considered offensive in the Chinese culture. And not in the summer, long dresses for women that don't show any skin. So the first impression is key, and then after you make your first impression, you have your greetings. So once you greet, the most common thing to do is to have a handshake. So you shake somebody's hand. But in China, the host will initiate the handshake. You don't initiate the gesture because that's considered rude. You wait for them to do it, and then you always want it to be not too soft and not too hard because you don't want to hurt them, and then you don't want to seem unprofessional. And for women, you give a light shake of the hand. The title of courtesy. So when you greet somebody and you say your name, you should go by the title of courtesy, which is your business, like what your rank in your business is, so CEO, and then followed by your last name. So mine would be like CFO Avery. That would be an example of title of courtesy, and that is what's used in China, not like Mr. and Mrs. After you get your greetings, you should probably move on to the next thing, and that's attitude towards time, arrival. It's always good to know that what their business hours are. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday is important to know, so you don't go on Saturday or at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Arrival is always 15 minutes early and never late. If you are late, they find that extremely offensive and feel like you don't want to do business with them. Business meals. Like I just talked about, attitude towards time, early arrival, 15 minutes early. If you're the host, you're supposed to get there 30 minutes early and get everything situated so everything runs as smooth as possible. Seating is based on hierarchy. So when they walk through the restaurant, you will notice that they walk in a line, and it's based on hierarchy. So the CEO will be first, followed by a COO or a CFO, and then continue on based on hierarchy. And it's good to know that so you know who you're talking to. So the first person you greet, you know that's the CEO because that's the head guy. He's at the front of the line. The CEOs also always sit at the end of the tables if it's a large business meal. And then it's also good to know that there are many courses. There could be up to 10 courses in one meal. So you're not overwhelmed. It's always good to know that you're going to get a lot of food. And if you eat too much, if you eat it all, they assume that you hadn't had enough to eat, so they keep giving you more. And if you eat not enough, they consider that you didn't like the food. So you're always good to try every sample, try everything, eat half of it, and then if you want to push it aside, you push it aside, but it's always offensive if you push away a meal before you have completed enough of it. And then one of the huge things is you do not discuss business during meals. They are solely based on trying to gain a relationship outside of the business world while they're having a meal, and they don't want to discuss business. They want it to be a relationship building experience. Gift giving. So at the end of the meeting or the business meal or whatever you're doing, you always should bring many business cards. As much people are there is probably the amount you're going to give to in China, because everybody wants your business card and it's proper. The color gold is symbolic. So even if your company colors aren't gold, it's always good to add like a hint of gold because it's considered royalty and special in China. And then small and inexpensive gifts is the best way to go, because if you get big and expensive gifts, they feel like it's going to be bribery. So you don't want to feel like they're being bribed into making a deal with you or completing business. And you always give gifts with two hands. And you always receive gifts with two hands. That's the common courtesy of what to do. So, in conclusion, it's always really good to know what you're getting into, and it's always good to feel comfortable with going to a different country and feeling out their social customs and business etiquette, so you can do the best that you can and have an advantage. Having the advantage is very key in getting the deal done. And if you're sloppy and you don't dress right and you're always late, more than likely you're not going to get business done. So whenever you go out of a different country, in China, wherever you go, always brush up on your business etiquette and their social customs so that you can have a great experience. Thank you.